Hey everybody, welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we are just two oldish, youngish friends catching up a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to catch up on some summer stuff. And so I've had some experiences, and I'm sure you've had some experiences.
I need to hear.
Jayme, I done goofed up.
What?
So it was kind of wild. So I've been telling you, like, I've been doing more meal prep and blah, 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 blah. And so I got it in my head to make this recipe a couple Sundays ago. And, I get all my ingredients. I typically have below deck on. I'm chopping. I'm doing all the things. And I've kind of gotten it down to a science where I can do my meal prep pretty fast. So anyway, I'm making a repeat recipe. It's a miso bean salad. And it's like a white bean. You're supposed to put edamame, but I couldn't find them at the store that were shelled. And guess who's not going to be shelling edamame beans on a Sunday? That'd be me. So I kept those out. It has cilantro and red onion and cucumber. And then you make a sauce with miso paste. It's
I need
great.
this recipe.
I will send it to you. It's very good. It's hearty and it has jalapenos in it. And so I usually go to one store, and I have done this many a times. But I went to a different store and I got a different size jalapeno. I didn't know it mattered. Okay, it's fine. So at the other store, they're pretty small jalapenos. They don't have hardly any seeds or anything. So I just have always cut them up barehanded and just wash my hands. No problem ever. I do the same with these other jalapenos, and I cut them up. I'm washing my hands right away. And these are very big and they're seedy and really having a chop. And they're like, oh gosh, this is a lot more, blah, blah, blah. I wash my hands. I finish making the salad. And at one point, I touched something. And so I put my thumb in my mouth and I was like, oh, my thumb's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. I'm like, interesting. So I wash my hands again and blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of wrapping up because it was towards the end. I've combined the salad. I put the dressing on. It is in the fridge. It's marinating. I'm like, look at me. It's a Sunday. I've done so well. I have the rest of the day to do things. All of a sudden, my thumbnails were burning. And I was like, that's weird. I've never felt this before. They're really burning. And so my fingertips are burning a little bit too. I'm like, that's weird. So I wash my hands again. And then I go to the be all end all, which is TikTok. And I'm like, how to get jalapeno off your hands? And literally they're like, well, first thing, you shouldn't be cutting jalapeno peppers without gloves. And I'm like, that would have been great to know. I had gloves. And they're like, oh, well, to get the paint out, what you can do is you can wash your hands with dairy, like milk. And I was like, I don't have milk. I can't drink milk, but I do have cottage cheese. And they said any dairy. So I go to my kitchen and I'm scrubbing with cottage cheese. Now, granted, all the paint is really under my nail bed. It is not even the tips at this point. It's just under the nails. And so I'm doing the cottage cheese and have relief for a second. And then it comes back. I'm like, I think I might be in trouble. And so then I just do every remedy I could find. Rubbing alcohol, which I found later, you shouldn't do that one, but I was like, whatever. I dipped my hand in vodka for 10 minutes and just had it there. I had pruny fingers, but they were vodka fingers. They said oil will pull it out. So they're like, oh, what you can do is before you actually wash your hands, if you've touched jalapeno, you can either, put oil on before you touch the jalapeno or put it on after, and it helps break up that oil and then it'll wash away. But if you don't do that and you wash your hands, the soap is just going to make it worse. I'm like, again, all things that would have been nice to know. So I coat my hands in very expensive olive oil and I shove them into some medical gloves that I have. And so I'm just walking around my house doing life with oily glove hands. And I pull them off and I'm like, okay, relief. Wash them, no relief. And so finally I'm like,
oh no.
Okay, well, I have to just start getting ready for bed. I'm like, so here's the real dilemma. I wear contacts. Now you're really not supposed to touch your eyeballs when you have jalapeno fingers.
No.
And I'm like, okay, let's take the shower first and we'll get to that. We'll get to that place when we get there. So I take a shower. The shampoo sets my hands on fire. And now the jalapeno is going down my arms. I'm like, where's the jalapeno coming from? Because
you've already washed your hands.
I washed my hands
so many times
with lots of different types of things. And I'm like, cool. I do the conditioner in my hair and the conditioner helps, which conditioner helps burns, chemical burns, I think. So it's like, okay, that was good. So here comes the real test. First of all, I have to do my skincare, but I don't want to touch anything. So I'm putting my skincare on with the palms of my hands all over my face, making sure not to touch. And thankfully, there's really only two bad fingers. It is my pointer finger and my thumb on both hands. And then a little bit the middle finger. So I'm like, okay, we can be careful. So I get the skincare done. And I'm like, here's the thing. I can't sleep in these contacts. There's no way. And so I'm like, we're going to need to get these contacts out, but we can't use pointer fingers or thumb. And that is exactly what I do. So with my non-dominant hand, because that's the least jalapeno-y, I'm holding open my eyeballs with the 2 fingers on my right hand that are not affected, using my non-dominant hand, 2 weak fingers to try and shuck out a contact. The first one doesn't go too bad. I'm like, okay, we didn't touch anything. We're not burning. Great. The left eye, I didn't touch my fingers with the jalapeno on it, but I basically scratched my eyeball because I'm trying to use my non-dominant hand to scoop out a contact.
This sounds terrible.
Jayme, it was so stupid. So I finally get that contact out. I'm cussing up a storm. The cats have run out of the bathroom. I'm squinting one eye. I'm like hoping I didn't scratch a retina. Awful. So then I get into bed and it's like finally my hands have calmed down a little bit. I'm like, I'm just going to watch TikTok and go to bed and hope this gets better because I'm reading like horror stories online that it takes like days for it to go away sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I lay down, I'm watching a movie, I'm like comfortable. And all of a sudden jalapeno just starts radiating all over my hand and just burning.
What in the world?
I don't know. And then the worst part was like my cats kept wanting to get pet and snuggled and I couldn't touch them at all because I was so afraid that I would touch them. So I'm having my hands in little balls and I'm sticking them under pillows so that the cat can't get to them. And I'm like, I'm never making a salad again.
Okay, so here is a very important question.
Yeah.
Was the salad super spicy?
Actually, not really.
Really?
It was spicier than normal, but it wasn't like on. And it definitely like the fire of the jalapeno lasted a little bit longer. It was more spicy than the original one I made, for sure. But it wasn't so hot that it was inedible.
Okay.
But it definitely like changed the vibe of the salad. It became less of a miso salad and more of like a jalapeno cucumber salad.
Yeah.
So anyway, I learned a valuable lesson. Also, choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you recovered.
I mean,
eventually. That sounds like a miserable time.
It was, and it wasn't. I mean, you know how that's like it hurts, but it's like when you have like mosquito bites or something, and it's just an inconvenience. You're itchy, and you're like, I just wanted to like enjoy my Sunday before going back to work for the week, and instead you're like doing something else. It was more that than anything else, but it was very annoying.
Definitely, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
but good for you with your meal prep.
I know.
I'm impressed.
Every Sunday, that's what I'm doing. I'm making something.
I need to follow that.
Yeah, it's really fun. Again, I'm going to shoot you recipes, but yeah, I love the meal prepping on a Sunday.
Well, I typically meal plan. I don't necessarily do any prep on Sundays, but I usually meal plan, and I didn't this week because I had something going on Sunday night, so I was like thrown off. And now I'm doing this week like I used to live my life, which was I never used to meal plan, and I'd have to think about it every day. I don't like this way.
That makes it hard.
It is, but then I also end up using up things that I never get to because with my meal plan, I don't include things like bean and cheese burritos, which I always have the ingredients for, but I always plan something different. So I might make that tonight.
Oh, I love that.
Actually, because I don't have a plan.
Dude, a meal plan can save you. Like
it has. I have to because I have these just little pockets of time when I have availability to actually make a meal.
Yeah.
And that's when I make a ton because I plan on having leftovers like once or twice. And so, yeah. That is one thing I'm sort of looking forward to in a way. I'm not looking forward to like all the routines of the school year, but just a routine in general is probably a good thing.
Yeah. So on my daily routine, which is going to work and driving to work, I've unlocked a new version of myself, one that cat calls at men.
What?
So
tell me more about this.
I do not understand what got into me. This was just this last week. I am driving to work down the road I drive every time, and there's this really nice bike path, and every morning people are out there walking and like their dogs and jogging with friends and riding bikes and all kinds of stuff. And there is a man on a bike. And it's one of those up down. It's not like one of the like racer bikes, where they're hunched over and like locked in.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a cruiser, but he's just like upright biking.
Like a mountain bike?
Sure. But it's like one that's like just a bike that you can sit upright and you're just biking a nice casual, hey, it's Thursday morning and I'm riding my bike out before the hot heat and just trying to get nature. Okay. And this man, he has a white beard. So he's older. And I just want to say, I am not attracted to this man. But he's on the bike and he has a very bootylicious butt. We're talking the butt of a rugby player, a young rugby player. And I'm driving by and I look at, and I say cat call, but I did not have the windows down. So he did not hear me. But as I'm passing as I'm passing him, I'm listening to music. I'm going about my day. I notice him, but I'm not like, oh yeah, baby. It's nothing like that. This is a grandpa man, but he's caked up. And I literally just sat up in my driver's seat of my car, look at him and shout. I was like, all right, caked. Look, you're all caked up there. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I yelled at them.
I'm pretty sure I said this story so much.
I'm pretty sure I said, hey, cakes. What are you doing?
Okay, this is a new term to me.
Yeah, caked up.
Caked up means like a nice butt?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's that they have that big bubble butt, and you're just like,
cupcakes? Is that what this is?
I have no idea. I just
two side by side cupcakes.
Sure, whatever floats your boat.
Pancakes?
Yeah, no, you don't want a pancake butt. You got caked up. They're just big and round and a juicy cake. And I mean, this is an 85-year-old man.
He keeps getting older.
I know, but he was vintage for sure. And I was just like, oh yeah, sir, look at you. Anyway,
I wish your do you have a sunroof? I wish that would have been open.
Oh my gosh, I would have died of embarrassment.
No, you wouldn't, because you were driving.
Yeah, he couldn't have heard me.
So it would have been too late to notice his reaction, probably, because you're.
I was honestly Jayme, when that left my mouth, I literally was like clutched my pearls. What are you doing? Who are you that you are yelling about strangers' bodies in your car?
You're losing inhibitions.
I guess. I think I need to regain them. But it was just such a moment of is this the road to 45? This is going to be the new version of just that?
I like it.
Okay. Anyway, watch out, world.
For sure. Yeah. I like caked up, though.
Caked up is fun.
I'm going to use that maybe.
Yeah. So one more thing. Again, I don't know what's going on with me.
I like this version of you.
So I told you I wasn't saying yes this summer, but I did say yes to a few things because...
Just not me. Okay, fine.
Okay. I have to say they were all indoor things for the most part. So, I mean, there's that. And it took no energy or effort, other than walking.
Okay, good
There
for
was
you.
no, paddling and or sunscreen needed. Okay. But I again, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. Anyway, so... the only time I use Facebook is for events. Because a lot of our local events, they only publicize them, or the way you hear about it is on Facebook events, whatever. So I was on there and I was just trying to stay interested to all the things. And I've been trying to add those things into my calendar so that I'll remember and go do them. Okay. And so a few weeks back, there was a conscientious workshop conference here, and it was all about it was kind of crystal girly healing, but they had all kinds of wellness stuff. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And I knew that there was going to be this Pilates studio in town that I wanted to find out about. And I saw that one of my work colleagues was going to be there. And just I was like, okay, I'll just go. So I go. First of all, it's $15 to get in. When I pull up, the parking lot's empty. I'm like, this could be bad. So I get in, and it is very interesting, Jayme. First of all, it was eclectic. So there are everything from Pilates studios and people selling tea, and then some real kind of is that real? What you're selling, elixirs. And then you had people that were reading tarot cards and doing spiritual readings. Then you had trampanzee. That's not a word. What is that called? The yoga that you hang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you're the
Silks?
straps. Yeah. Something like that. They had that kind of yoga. Acro yoga. Yes.
Oh, wait. No, acro yoga is with a partner where you're doing.
Okay. It's whatever that is with the little strands that they flip around on, but you're doing move. And so they had that. Some people were in that. I was like, that's cool. So it was a little bit of everything. So, and they had plants. It ran the gamut for wellness. So I just take, it's very small too. It's a quarter of what the big events are. I'm like, okay, we're here, we're vested, let's do this. So I take my time at every booth, looking at everything. And it was very interesting. At one point, this lady calls me over. She's like, hey, just pick a card. Let me just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why not? It's free. We're going to do this. So she does this thing where, okay, we're going to pick any card, and it's going to I felt like it's a magic trick, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just okay, this is your blessing card. And I was like, okay. And this is the kind of person you are. I'm like, okay. And this is the thing. I'm like, okay. And I'm not really paying attention to the booth. I'm just listening to her talk. And I'm like, I will listen to people's intuition of what they feel your vibes are. Sure. I don't I'm open in the sense of like everything's an experience. So anyway, I look up and this is a church. I'm like, man, what is this? She's just like, oh, this is a non-denominational Christian church. I'm like, ma'am, and I didn't say this outside. Again, another inside thought that was, But I was like, ma'am, in all my years, I have been in churches, around churches, at churches, working at churches. I have never seen churches use like card reading as a way to like bring people in. And so I was just like, this is real interesting. And so then I'm looking at like their like events for the thing. And it's just like, and I'm like, what is this again? She's like, oh, it's a non-denominational, but we're like a Christian church. And all the events are very like most evangelical Christians would be like rebuking kind of thing. And I was like, this is fascinating. And then I look up and it's this couple of boomers, like old white married couple in this giant picture that are like the leaders of this church, the pastors or whatever. And I'm like, this is feeling very interesting. And it might be a cult.
I have questions.
And I kind of want to go. Because it's so just like, if you think about like the seniors at church, like the stereotypical seniors at a Lutheran church, that was this couple. Yet they're doing all this holistic kind of new age stuff. And I'm like, what was the process of getting here?
Yeah.
And then I was
very
like,
interesting.
And then I was like, Beth, I think you're in a state right now where you don't need to visit because you probably will join.
Yeah.
And it's fine, but that's not what we really want. But anyway, it's just cracking me up. So like, it was just like a trip to kind of walk around and see everything.
Yeah.
And I was experiencing some stuff. I mean, I ended up getting some tea and some different stuff. And there's a lot of life coaches there, which it was very sweet. Like there'd be this adorable life coach. And I'd be like, oh, how long have you been doing this? Like 3 years. I'm like, and I could tell they're in like their 20s, which age is just a number to some degree, but life experience. And I'm like, I get good energy off you, but I just can't imagine going to you for like advice at this stage in my game. But I did find something that I am going to do with my friends. I want to set up. There is a lady there that does like those sound baths and different things like that, like the big crystal. I don't know. Have you seen those before?
No.
They're these giant crystal and metal bowls, and they like rub on them with sticks that makes this like very nice tranquil sound. It's very nice, and it's like a relaxation type of thing. And I've seen sound baths tons of different places, and some people use them for different things. I just like the sound of them. You lay down, you take a little rest, meditate better. But they had one for menopause. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do a perimenopause cleansing session with all the ladies in my life that are in this stage where we go, I don't know if they come to my place or whatever, but we go to a studio and we just release. And I think we can scream into the universe together. And I do think it would be cathartic.
Yeah,
like,
it probably would.
I'm like, I think we need to make this happen. I mean, I don't think we need to get to the point where we're dancing like naked in the woods together because that might be too far.
Right.
But I do think a cathartic scream circle and then some chill vibes might help everybody in our current situation.
I could see that helping. I could see it.
Absolutely. So anyway, my year of yes is continuing.
Good.
Now. It's been interesting.
I like this.
Yeah, it's different. So anyway, that's the update.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to hear your stories. I had no idea. I'd never heard of this. I never think of going onto Facebook for the events. So that's kind of a good idea.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like, and especially if you like go into the events, because they pop up sometimes, but once you go in there and you see everything that's happening, you just like start hitting interested and you realize how much is really going on.
Yeah.
Plus it's like, I like to see like, I'll see like, oh, Jayme signed up for some Roomba something.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. It's always dance, you and Tony. I'm like, oh, look it, they're going dancing again. They're going to be out till 3, just like, so it's like, it's super fun to see kind of what your friends are into. And the thing I love is there's so many cooking classes this fall that I'm like very excited to maybe take a gnocchi class or a cake decorating class or another. I'm itching again to take another Marlowe's cookie decorating class this fall, which I think we should go. That would be fun.
We should.
Yeah.
I have never been.
Oh, it's so good.
But we love Marla's cookies.
Oh my gosh.
We love Marla.
Yes. I'm itching for some cookies right now. But I'm like, calm down. But I think this September, I'm like, I need to do another cookie fix. Also, I know it's very early and I know, it's still technically summer, but I'm very excited for the Advent cookie Christmas calendar this year. I got it last year and it lasted. I mean,
Wait, was this through Marla?
Yeah. She has a cookie advent calendar, and I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna get it again.
I should get it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got to a point where, because I had gotten too many advent calendars last year, and there was a few food ones that it was nice though, because her cookies freeze really nicely. So I froze a bunch of the cookies towards the end, because I'm like, listen, we're gonna go into a cookie coma if we don't calm down.
Yeah.
But it was great, because then like in January I was just like, and she does her small cookies, so it's just like a couple bites, so it's like the perfect. Oh my gosh, you don't even understand how bad I want a cookie right now. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, there we go.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.